Yeah, why you on here? Oh, we always be talking about he's talking about
Yeah.
do that all the time.
All the time, don't it?
I just let him know that we'll push it back.
Yeah. Yeah, a few minutes. We want to see if we can get some of our family members and friends on here. Say what?
You late.
Yes, I am late. For a good reason. That was an awesome session.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Delivered.
Yeah, I know. Like, wow. You know what that reminded me of?
What?
That reminded me of that time. Remember, I went to go preach for somebody, and when I got there,
yeah,
all y'all was on the floor when
know,
y'all
right?
supposed to have been praying for everybody with me. What's up, family?
It was so strong because we never saw you like that.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. I am 50 minutes late. We would typically go live at 12 o'clock noon. And today, I can't say it was unforeseen circumstances because they were seen circumstances, good. But we in here working. We doing what we do every day at Ramonepreston Enterprises, and so we had to handle some business. But now that business is over, I said, let me just jump on for a few minutes and talk a little bit about what you got as a game plan for your life. So if you're watching while we're live, I want you to hit the like button, please. Hit the share button. If you would be so kind, tag Lolly Dolly everybody, somebody, and let them know. Even though he late, Prophet Ramon is live. He's in his house. Him, the squad, and the Ramonepreston Show, right from the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, what city are you watching me from today? Please drop that in the comments. Let me know what city, you're watching us from. Maybe you're watching me from a state. Maybe you're watching me from a country. I don't know. You might be watching me from a planet. Wherever you're watching me from, just drop in the comments the city and let me know that you hear me loud and clear. Shout out to all of our business coaching clients, all of you that are part of our one-year business coaching program. I am super proud of you and I'm super excited for you. As a matter of fact, the reason why I'm on here now is because we had an appointment with one of our new coaching clients. They came in person for their coaching session. In our one-year business coaching program, we provide an initial one-on-one coaching session, which gives you an opportunity as a client to come in person and for me to sit down with you and to help put together a solid game plan for your business, for your ministry, for your finances. I don't always have the opportunity to coach people one-on-one on a regular basis. So what we decided to do was to add that initial coaching session to our one-year coaching program so that while you're in the program throughout the year, at least you can go through the program, get through the training, continue getting all of the coaching and the mentoring that we provide for you. But it could be complementary to what we set out for the year in that 1 year, in that first initial coaching session. So shout out to all of you. If you are a part of our online university, if you're a member of Ramonepreston University, if you are on our Blueprint game plan, maybe you're just a part of Ramonepreston University from our School of Prophets or some other School of Ministry program that we have, or maybe you just took some free courses that we offered. I want to thank you. I appreciate everybody that supports me. I appreciate everybody that continues to follow us and get what we're giving, especially all of you that are using it. So the critical question that I want to ask you today is, do you have a financial game plan? Do you have a financial game plan? And do you know what a financial game plan is? Maybe you don't know what a financial game plan is. Maybe you have one, but you fell off from it. So I want to take a few minutes to talk about that. Do you have a financial game plan? What is your financial game plan? And if you have one, but you're not utilizing it, you're not implementing it every day, we want to set the reset button. We want to get you back on track so that you can start moving towards your financial goals. Now, here's where I'll start. Monday and Tuesday, the last couple of days of this week, I took some time to talk to you about playing the money game. Yesterday, I took time in the show to talk about developing a wealth plan. The wealth plan is the step-by-step process that you use to achieve your ultimate financial goals. In other words, when you put together a wealth plan, you have to go out to where you ultimately want to be. So let's say, for example, if you want to be a millionaire, well, you got to go out to $1 million in your mind, on paper, when you're putting together a wealth plan. You go out to $1 million, and then you have to believe that you can actually achieve becoming a millionaire. Maybe you want to have $100 million. But when you develop a wealth plan, you can't just have this vague idea about money. Like, oh, I just want to get the bag. I just want to do better. That's vague. You got to do the math on it. You got to look at where you are, but you got to also look at where you want to be and put a number to it. Don't just put a name on it. We used to sing that song, God's Got a Blessing with My Name on it. You don't just want just want a name on where you want to be in your finances. You want to put a number to it. This is a part of your wealth plan, okay? So let's say, for example, you want to be a millionaire. You want to be debt-free. You want to be financially free, but you want to be a millionaire. Let's just set a target for $1 million, all right? Well, you go out to $1 million. Now you got to get the mindset to believe that not only do I want $1 million, I want to be a millionaire, but I can be a millionaire. Well, how can you be a millionaire? Well, first of all, you got to have a mindset to believe that you can actually achieve it. And then once you put a dollar amount to it, okay, $1 million, it's easier for you to come back to today and say, okay, now I've got to put a game plan together. Because in your wealth plan, you have to identify with the vehicles, with the systems, with the types of businesses or investments that you can actually use to get you to $1 million. So if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to have $1 million and be debt free, what vehicle do you think you can use to become a millionaire? Do you think you could be a millionaire on your job? Is there potential for you to become a millionaire while you're working on your job? And if there is, whether it's your job or whether it's the type of business that you're in, you have to figure out what would be an appropriate timeline that you could set to hit that $1 million. Okay, it might be 8 years. It might be 15 years. The number that I have in my wealth plan, I already knew when I put my wealth plan together that it was going to take me probably about 15 to 20 years, because that's the number that I put in my wealth plan. And so I still have about 16 years left based on the ultimate financial goals, based on the wealth plan that I have put together for my life, okay? But because I put it in place and I was able to identify with what is it actually going to take for me to hit that number? Like, what type of investments am I going to have? What type of money am I going to have access to? What type of industry am I going to have to be in? It helped me flesh out the details enough so that when I put the wealth plan in place for 20 years, I was able to come back to today and say, now I need a game plan. I need a game plan. I need something that I can actually use on a day-to-day basis to keep me moving forward, even when I'm not taking no big steps forward, but I'm at least continuing to progress. So this is what I'm talking about when I ask the question, do you have a financial game plan? And what is your financial game plan? So how many of you listening to me or watching me have a financial game plan? And if you have one, what is the dollar amount? Do you have a dollar amount? If some of you can identify with the dollar amount, I want you to put it in the comments. What you want, $10 million? You want 100 million? But again, you can't have it vague. Oh, I just want to get out of debt. Well, what is the dollar amount to get out of debt? How much debt are you in? Is it $68,000, $324.22? You need to know that. Because you can't just keep saying, well, I just need to be free. Free from what? Free from $100 or free from 1,000? Because it's all about the math. You got to be able to do the math. So your wealth plan, it really reinforces your ultimate financial goals, but it provides the fuel for your game plan. So I'm going to make it real easy for y'all today, and I don't know how much I'm going to be able to cover because I'm already late. I almost just forgot about it. I was like, you know what, I ain't even going to do the show today. But because I love y'all so much, and I know there's at least one follower on here thinking to themselves, bro, we need that game. Yeah. I just said, you know what? Let me do it anyway. So I'm gonna give you a cheat sheet, okay? I'm gonna give you a cheat sheet for putting together a financial game plan. And the cheat sheet is actually the 5-step wealth building system that I use in my blueprint game plan. That's why I call it the blueprint game plan. If you're not familiar with our blueprint game plan, you need to reach out to me so that we can introduce you to our program and show you what exactly we have in that program that can help you in your business and in your finances. So for those of you that don't know, the blueprint game plan is the online educational training program that we house on Ramonepreston University, and it is put together as a 5-step wealth building system to teach you the most important aspects of financial literacy, entrepreneurship, business ownership, real estate investing, and family legacy wealth building. So all 5 of those areas of economics we teach and we train you on in this blueprint game plan. But as a whole, this blueprint game plan is actually a program made up of 5 steps that you can easily copy and paste and use as your own personal financial game plan. Because if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be financially free, if you want to make 6 figures a year, whatever your ultimate financial goals are, or in other words, whatever your ultimate wealth plan is, there has to be a game plan to complement that wealth plan or to get you day by day, step by step to the manifestation of that wealth plan. And so if you use the 5 steps that I teach, you can easily make it happen. And so I want to go through, I don't know if I'll be able to get through all of the steps. Matter of fact, I don't even know, do I have that on my computer? Let me see if I have it. I don't know if I have that manual. I have that manual. I might not have it on this computer, but I have the manual is on our platform. I don't necessarily know if I have it on this. Trying to see if I have it on here. I don't think I have it. I know y'all probably got it. The manual.
The manual?
Yeah, I don't think I. Say what now?
Ramonepreston.com. I'm at the university. In the bottom of the blueprint.
The bottom of the blueprint. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Some of you might already have. Some of you might already have. Let me see. Ramonepreston University. Some of you might already have access to the blueprint game plan. So let me just pull it up real quick because I just thought about it. I just thought about it. I gotta log in. I hope it ain't showing my don't be showing my password. I gotta log in myself so I can give y'all access to this. I know I'm just extra, ain't it? It's all good. Hey, my life is an open book.
I see. Very transparent.
Very transparent, right? Like you just tell the world everything.
Thank God for Mom.
Thank God for her. I ain't got nothing to hide. How we say it, I have nothing to lose, nothing to prove, nothing to hide. I do have a lot to lose though. Nothing to lose, nothing to prove, nothing to hide. All right, let me pull up this game plan real quick. I'm doing y'all a big favor. I told you I'm gonna give y'all a cheat sheet. Yeah, I do, but I ain't using them. I told y'all I have a cheat sheet here. So I got 5 steps. So for those of you that need a financial plan, you need a financial game plan. You better, what do you call it? Screenshot? You better screenshot what you see behind you. Cause I'm giving you the game right here. Let me see where, see where we are. I think I have it. I'm gonna give you all 5 steps right here. Okay, so if you can, how can I open that up? There we go. If you can see on the screen, I have all 5 steps on there. This is an example that I'm good. This is an example of a financial game plan, because remember, when you put a wealth plan together, your wealth plan is all about you deciding what is the dollar amount that you need to ultimately have financial freedom. So if that's $1 million, if that's 5 million, if that's 800,000, I don't know what your dollar amount is, but what I'm explaining to you is you have to at least do the math on what that dollar amount is for your wealth plan, and then you have to process it in your mind so that you can get to a point to where you don't just want that dollar amount, but you know you can actually obtain it. And one of the ways that you're going to know that you can obtain it is by identifying with what vehicles do I need in order to hit that number that I put in my wealth plan. So for me, I always look at my business, my job, how I'm making money, and certain things that I can do along with real estate investing that can get me to my ultimate number in my wealth plan. All right. But once I put that wealth plan together, okay, I want to be a billionaire. I want 10 figures. I'll give myself 20 years to figure it out how to get there. Then I come back to day one and I say, okay, well now what financial game plan do I have so that I can start moving towards that within the next 20 years? Because if I don't do something today, I'm not going to get where I want to get to in 20 years. If that makes sense. And so the way you do it is you use a financial game plan. Here is my financial game plan. These are the 5 steps that I use personally. My wife uses it, my team, everybody around me, they got access to the same information I got. And I'm like, you don't even need to reinvent the wheel. Just use these same steps and just keep figuring out how you can get past each of these steps. And figure out what systems, what processes, what vehicles, what verticals you need to use, what habits you need to develop, what things you need to learn. But either way, you're going to use these steps. So I'll give you these 5 steps, and then I don't know, at some point we'll come back and we'll talk about it again. So step number 1 is for you to save a minimum of $1,000 up to 1 month of total household expenses for emergencies. So that would be the first step in your financial game plan. So think about it. The first step for me is what? I just need to save $1,000. I ain't thinking about being a billionaire right now. I'm going to be one. I ain't thinking about being a millionaire. I'm going to be one. I ain't thinking about being out of debt, being financially free. I want all that. But right now, if I had to put a financial game plan together, what is the first thing that I could do? Save $1,000. Now, I told y'all I'm going to give y'all a cheat sheet, because in my blueprint game plan, I use this manual to walk you through each step. Okay, so step 1 right here, what you see behind me, is for you to what? Save a minimum of $1,000. Well, Ramon, why do you say $1,000? Well, there's a lot of science behind this. Most of the financial experts, even a lot of the gurus that you listen to or watch or see on TV or on social media, they recommend that you start out saving at least $1,000. And the math and science behind it suggests that if you can save at least $1,000, you have, you probably have about an 80% chance of continuing to move forward financially and becoming free than the rest of the world. Here's why. 76, and it's probably more than that now, but before COVID, studies showed that 76% of Americans, 76% of Americans did not even have $500 saved. So that's almost 8 out of 10 people in the United States of America don't even have $500 saved up, okay, for emergencies. So the fact that you put yourself in a position to save at least $1,000, it already puts you in like the 20th percentile of Americans. Now, again, $1,000 ain't gonna change the world. $1,000 ain't gonna fix every area of your life. $1,000 ain't gonna cause all the heavens to open up. But what it does do is it gives you the incentive to know that you can actually succeed. The fact that you've been able to pull that off. And so the next question, because I get this a lot, is, all right, well, if step 1 is to save $1,000, that's going to be a challenge. Like, how can I save $1,000? Well, there are a lot of things that you can do to save $1,000. One thing you can do is save $1,000. Oh, I'm sorry, that's too deep for you. I know it. Let me make it a little easier for you to understand. Stop spending your money. I'm not talking about not paying for your rent or your car payment or your necessities. What I'm saying is stop spending money on things that are continuing to consume your income. So that's one thing. And that's a mindset thing. But here we want to break this down. I give you a breakdown in the game plan. So under step 1, here's my breakdown. My breakdown is for you to develop a spending plan. I don't like to use the word budget because I just think a budget, it throws you off from focusing on making more money. Because most people don't have a debt problem who are in debt. I used to be in debt, deep in debt. I didn't have a debt problem. I had an income problem. The reason why I got in debt because I wasn't making enough money. So I had to go get credit cards to get more in debt because I wasn't making enough money. So the first thing you need to do in step 1 of saving $1,000 is you need to develop a spending plan using a financial management app to track all your income and expenses. So all of you that want to get rich, all of you that want to be millionaires, and you saying, Prophet Ramon, can you just show me how to make $1 million? Can you show me how to be a 6-figure earner? I'm going to show you right now. Save $1,000. Okay, well, how am I going to save $1,000? Here's how you're going to do it. Start out today by developing a spending plan using a financial management app to track all your income and expenses. and I'm going to give you one for free. There's an app called Mint, mint.com. Y'all, if you listen to me enough, you should be familiar with it because I tell everybody to use it. I might have it on, yeah, I do got it on my phone. Mint.com. It's an app. It's a Mint app. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's a Mint, M-I-N-T. You can download it on your phone. It's called Mint. This app is actually powered by Intuit, the same software company that powers TurboTax and QuickBooks. I like the Mint app for personal financial management. One reason, because it's powered by Intuit that powers QuickBooks, and so most of the time when you can understand an app like Mint for personal financial management, it makes it easier for you to understand software, financial management software like QuickBooks. So the first thing you need to do, especially if you ain't got a grand, is to develop a spending plan. Develop a spending plan. What do you mean by a spending plan? Well, you need to be strategic in how you spend the money you got coming in. You need to know where every dollar is coming in and where every dollar is going out. You should be able to track your income and expenses every day. I can guarantee there is absolutely no way you don't have money and you are tracking your income and expenses every day. There is no way. There is no way. If you are using an app like Mint and you are tracking your financial income and expenses on a daily basis, that means every transaction you can reconcile and you can see, okay, last week I had $220. This week I got $180. Here's where the other 40 went. 2 weeks ago I had $360. I spent $25, but then I made another $120. And then I spent another $85. And then I had a bill for $600. And then I made $720. Like, you got to be able to track it on a daily basis, because here's what happens. And most people that I talk to about this that don't have money don't see a need to track what they don't have. But they miss the whole idea of tracking. The reason why you don't have it is because you what? What is it?
What?
The reason why I said most people who don't have money don't see a need to track what they don't have.
Right.
But the reason why they don't have it is because they ain't tracking it. You got to get used to tracking what you don't have, because when you get it, you're going to hold on to it.
True.
Like, in my mind, I wanted to be married before I met my wife. I knew who I wanted to be married to. I know what I needed to hear from that person when I talked with her. I knew everything I needed to know.
Wow.
So that when I finally got her and met her, it's like I've been tracking you already. So now I'm going to keep you, and I'm not going to blow this, because I know how to manage what I've kept my eyes on even when I didn't see you. I know that's going to go over some of y'all head. You're going to catch that next Tuesday. You need to catch it today. So the first thing you need to do is what? Develop a spending plan. Using a financial management app to track all your income and expenses. Now, for those of you that are not entrepreneurs, I'm thinking about y'all, not entrepreneurs, you're entrepreneurs. For those of you that are independent contractors, entrepreneurs, business owners, ministers, pastors, church leaders, guess what? You should be tracking your personal income and expenses and your organization income and expenses. You should be tracking both. Now you're like, oh my God, this is a lot of work. How am I gonna do all this? Well, if you want to have money, you're going to do it. I don't know nobody that got money that ain't either tracking it or paying somebody to track it because they can afford it. If you can't afford to pay somebody to track it, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to track it. And I love when I hear all these lame excuses from people who, well, I work, I got 2 jobs, I got 3 businesses, I got a nonprofit, I got a foundation, I got 18 kids, I got 2 baby daddies, I got a side chick, I got all this stuff I need to handle. You could still track your income and expenses. There is absolutely, positively no reason why you shouldn't be tracking your income and expenses, especially when you want more income. If you want it, you got to track it. So develop a spending plan using a financial management app. All right? Okay, what is something else you can do to save $1,000? Well, you can revisit your W-4 form. And you can add more allowances or exemptions to your W-4 form, but you're going to want to pair that updating or revisiting with a strategy by having either a 1099 opportunity to make money, or by having an EIN, meaning that you own a business or some type of organization. So a lot of times people will revisit their W-4 form. They will claim, they will like go exempt so that no federal taxes is coming out. Or they will go up on their allowances and exemptions, and they won't have any taxes being taken out of their check. But the problem is they don't pair that with the 1099 or EIN, meaning that next year, guess what you're going to do? You're going to owe more taxes because you didn't pay taxes the year before. So that means you have to be responsible when you make that W-4 decision. That takes you back to the first bullet of this breakdown, by developing a spending plan. So when I talk to people and they say, well, listen, I need to go revisit my W-4 form. You explained it to me and I think it's going to help me. And they say, well, how am I going to know how much money, I'm getting back when I change that W-4 form? Well, here's the easy way. Look at your last pay stub, how much money you made on the job, and how much the tax was that came out. So if you made $500 your last pay period, or $1,000, and they took $280 out, right? Every 2 weeks, let's say they take $280 out of your federal taxes. Then you go switch your W-4 and you go from 2 dependents and you put 9. And then the next pay period, you look at your check and you made $1,000. Instead of them taking $280 out for taxes, they took $18. Well, you could just subtract 18 from 280, right? So that shows you the difference that they are no longer taking, and you're going to see that number in your net pay. So now what you have to do is make sure every month as you go through the year that you are creating tax deductions by keeping your receipts and making sure that you're writing things off that you're doing either as a 1099, employee, independent contractor, network marketer, or as an EIN business owner who has a legitimate business, even if you ain't making no money in your business. This is how you do this. Like, I know people, how many people have we talked to that own businesses? How many people have we talked to that own businesses? That own businesses, but they also work on jobs. And when they change their W-4 form, they got new money coming in. A lot of people. I know people who've gotten $50 every pay period more. I know people who done got $200-300 every pay period. So if you're trying to save $1,000, you could change and revisit your W-4, and that extra money that comes to your net, don't go spend it. You wasn't spending it when you wasn't getting it. So you got to start fixing your mind up that I'm not going to spend money that I get that's new, because that money is not mine. That money belongs to my savings. I'm not going to spend that money. Okay? So that's another way. Here's the next bullet under step 1. And it is for you to start and structure a business system using the holding company concept. I I encourage everybody to own their own business. Even if you're not running the business, still own it so that you can at least have a vehicle to invest when you start making money. Because at some point you making money, it's just like with y'all. At a certain point, you're going to be a millionaire, right? So you got money coming in. Where's that money going to go? Are you going to let that money sit in a bank account, or when there are investment opportunities to come, you're going to have that money in your business? You're going to say, okay, I'm going to let my business invest so that my business can start making that money, and I'll just take some drips from my business. So just owning a business system, even when you work on a job, is still advantageous. Number one, for your tax liability, because you can minimize it and you can write things off while you doing your business on the side. And number two, when you finally start getting money, like really making some real money, you can put that money in your business and your business can invest. So now your business has investments that's bringing in money that can actually take care of you better than maybe a retirement or some pension plan years down the road. I'm not even going to have enough time to get to the other steps. But in my Blueprint Game Plan, I also give you some course recommendations because I have courses that I teach all these principles. So there are 2 courses in particular that I teach you to show you how to save $1,000, but I show you how you can actually find $1,000 so you can save $1,000. So 2 of the courses are, number 1 is 6 steps of financial freedom. So in this course, you learn how to readjust your W-4 form in order to minimize your tax liability. You also learn how to maximize your tax deductions as a 1099 contractor or as an EIN business owner. Another awesome course that we have in our blueprint is called Creative Cash Flow Strategies. In this course, I teach you how to eliminate cash flow barriers and create new cash flow cycles that will increase your income. So there are certain strategies that I teach you in there that you can implement, and literally the same day you can start making money. It's not that complicated. What's complicated is the fact that we don't have the right information. And then when we get access to the right information, we're not willing to make a commitment. Because see, in some people's mind, they think, oh, I ain't got no money. No, it's not that you don't have no money. You don't have a commitment. Because if you got a commitment, you're going to find that money. You're going to make it work. I have more respect for somebody who called me and say, hey, listen, I want your blueprint game plan. I want your coaching program, but I ain't got the money, but I'm committed. I'm going to still say, well, call back when you get the money, but at least I respect your commitment. All right. But I do have a payment plan. So for those of you that are interested in learning these 5 steps, I'll go back through them again. Let me see if I can pull it up. Nope, that's not pulling it up. It's not pulling it up. But those are the 5 steps that I teach in our blueprint game plan. Those are the 5 steps that I live in my own life. And basically, even if you don't have, if you want to use your own, this could be a good starting point for some of you who don't have it. So number 1 is to save $1,000. Number 2, pay off all your consumer debt. I do a lot of teaching and training on how to do that and the right way to do it. Number 3 is to save 6 to 12 months of your total household expenses. Number 4, we talk about the 40% rule. And number 5, we talk about you really getting wealthy through business systems and strategic investments, like having a holding company and having at least one of your subsidiaries being a real estate investing operating business. If you do that, there's no way you're not going to get financially free and become a millionaire. It's going to happen. So if you're interested in learning more about a financial game plan, developing a wealth plan, getting access to all of the training courses that we have on our blueprint game plan, if you're interested in that, I want you to reach out to me. You can text. They can text, right? Mm-hmm. Text the word, what? Coaching? Yes. Text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. If you are interested in me coaching you, mentoring you, training you, educating you on having a financial game plan, how to get through those 5 steps, putting a wealth plan together, setting the right goals, packaging your ideas as products and services, putting them in the right holding company or business system. If you're interested in learning more about marketing and sales and accounting and tax strategies, I teach you all this in our 1-year business coaching program. And you also get access to our blueprint game plan, that training program. You get access to it for a whole year. And that program alone will literally educate you on everything you basically need in order to become financially free. So I want you to text the word coaching. Text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. 404-478-7213. I'll be more than happy to talk with you more about what our coaching program is. As a matter of fact, let me just pull up my little slides since I'm all on my slides today. I'm just working my little mouse today. So behind me, you see all the benefits that we have in our 1-year business coaching program. We provide an initial one-on-one coaching session. That's why I was late today. We had an initial coaching session, which was so good. That was awesome. How many times you get a client to come in for a coaching session and you get a word? Yeah, she came in for her first initial coaching session. This is a pastor. She's a business owner. Her and her husband are doing some amazing things. Shout out to Pastor Burrell, her and her husband. And she joined our 1-year business coaching program. And she came in today for her complimentary initial coaching session and literally started prophesying to me and my personal assistant, prophesying to our business, prophesied over everything that we're doing. And she was just going on and on saying, God is in this thing. Like everything you're doing, God is in it. And this is just the beginning for you. So I want you to be a part of it. I want you to text the word coaching to 404-478-7213 and let us get you plugged into our 1-year business coaching program. All right, we love y'all. Want y'all to have an amazing day, and we'll see you on the other side of the Ramonepreston